Good morning. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living in Eugene, the center, we like to call it. Our February 12th broadcast this morning begins with our 10 o'clock meditation. It will be 15 minutes long, at which time we will take a break and service will start at 10:30. Would you let folks, it's okay to come in? Thank you. This past week I've had a roller coaster, is the best way to describe it, of experiences. And I know I'm not alone in that. There's a lot going on in the world right now. And what's unfortunate to me is that oftentimes when there are a lot of things going on in the world, what we hear most about are the things that are tragic and the things that are bad, or that we perceive of as just horrible. So this morning, I'd like to take a journey so that we might become open and aware to the things happening in the world and around us that are not turbulent, that are not horrible, where God is, or spirit, whatever you call it, is apparently present right with you, as it always is. So if you'll just get comfortable, however that is for you, trust that the chair beneath you is holding you completely. If you're at home and you're in your bed, standing, doing yoga, on your treadmill, wherever you might be, know that you are fully supported and fully safe to close your eyes or lower your gaze and become quiet. So beginning from 10, I will count down. And as I do that, find yourself falling into a state of relaxation. 10, you could feel your body beginning to relax. 9, take a deep breath, a gentle breath, and hold it in. 8, slowly breathe out through your lips. 7, breathe in, feel the air gently moving to every part of your body. 6, breathe out through your lips until you have no more air in your lungs. 5, breathe in, breathe out. 4, feel your arms relaxing. 3, feel your legs relaxing. 2, feel your heartbeat. And 1, I invite you to come on a journey with me. So in your mind's eye, you're standing on top of a mountain. The sun warms your body, and it is so bright that you feel bathed and protected in its rays of light. You walk over toward a rock bench that overlooks the blue mountains in the distance. You feel the warm rays of the sun on your face. Sitting down, you let the soothing light wash all over your body. These rays and their warmth wrap around you like a protective blanket. Here in this moment, all is well, all is right. Through the brightness, you can just make out other peaks in the distance. Everything is bathed in this healing light, and you smile. You know that all your worries are melting away. Relaxed and carefree, you feel your body letting go of any tenseness. Your eyes are closed, but you can see the light through the screen of your closed eyelids. For a few moments, you stay there, still, breathing in and out, feeling warm and caressed by that yellow, life-giving star. Your eyes slowly open, and next to you, perched on the rock wall right where you're sitting, you see that a bird has landed. It makes no noise, but regards you with curiosity. Its beautiful blue feathers seem to glimmer in the light. Instinctively, you know that it has come to help you. You smile in gratitude at your new friend. The bluebird nods its head at you. You straighten up, still looking at the bird. You bend toward it and whisper something that has been causing you stress in your daily life. The little bird listens intently, memorizing every word you say, and with a glisten in its eyes, she flies off, sailing through the air and taking your problem away. A feeling of relief comes over you. You know it's going to be okay. As the bird gets smaller and smaller in the sky, you look after her, knowing that your message is safe with her. The bird flies toward the blue forest. In a few moments, you can't see her anymore. Again, you close your eyes and lay back against the rock wall, letting your body relax. You take a deep breath in and feel the pure air enter your lungs, cleansing them. That pure air, like a golden elixir, makes its way slowly through your lungs, to your heart, to your arms, to your belly, to your legs, and to your feet. It weaves golden, calming energy to your head, your eyes, nose, ears, and lips. You look over to where the bird was and notice that another has landed. This bird has brilliant jewel purple feathers. Its eyes twinkle in the sunlight. Like the other bird, it nods its head gently, encouraging you to tell it something else that is burdening your heart, while it waits in perfect silence. You sit up straighter and lean over. You tell it about something else that is bothering you. As the bird listens, you sense that he's listening closely to everything that you say. And when you finish, the purple bird lingers for a few moments to be sure he understood everything you said. When you smile and nod at him, he spreads his iridescent wings and engages in silent flight in the same direction as the bluebird. After a minute or two, he's no longer visible on the horizon. Again, you take a deep breath, letting the oxygen from the beautiful mountain air circulate through your body. Then you breathe out, your breath expelling any remaining negative energy. You sit there for a few more moments, and again you sense that all is well. Gently you stand and walk over to the edge of the rock wall and gaze from right to left at the panoramic view of trees blanketing the landscape in green velvet textures. Still breathing calmly, you glance behind to find that a beautiful eagle is perched on a tree behind you. Your eyes lock, and immediately you sense a connection to this bird. You feel a sense of lightness and euphoria. This bird doesn't seem that big, but now it flies down to you, and it's bigger than you are. The eagle beckons you closer. You trust them. You know that they will keep you safe. They bow down and allow you to get on their back. As you climb on, you find a secure place to hold your hands and feet. The bird looks back at you with their brown eyes, letting you know still you are completely safe and that they're there to help you. In that moment, the eagle hops up to the rock wall and spreads their great wings wide open and takes flight. You immediately feel warm air coming to you, as well as a sense of freedom. Below you is the thick, lush forest, and above, infinite blue sky. Everything around you glows in the sunlight, as if it's all pulling for you, for your freedom. You're so high in the sky that you see the curvature of the earth and lolling clouds in the distance. But you're not scared. You're safe and you're free. As you ride on the bird's back, you feel a sense of conviction that you will have the poise and determination to face the entire world with your love. The eagle is infusing into you the answers you need and the strength to go on no matter what comes your way. Perhaps at this moment you already know the answers to what has caused you angst. Perhaps you still need to decipher them. Right now, you don't have to know. You just need to take in warm, positive energy and feel the connection. As the eagle flaps their powerful wings, you feel that jolt of energy to carry on, to do your work, energy to move forward. After circling the landscape 3 times, the eagle effortlessly lands on the rock wall where you began. You get down, and their eyes look at you silently. On the screen of your mind, you see the words, I am powerful. I am confident. I am powerful. I am competent. And powerfully and confidently, as you bring your attention and your awareness back to your body, the wisdom of the eagle wants you to know it is Spirit's expression speaking to you, showing you that you are powerful, and you are confident, and you are free at any time to soar high on the wings of the eagle above the entire world, to see the long view, far forward and far behind, with the wisdom to make whatever choice is right for you in any moment. Namaste.
Good morning and welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Eugene. My name is Radiant and I think you know who this is. Reverend Linda.
Hi there, I'm Linda.
So if you are willing and able to rise and sing a few songs with us, it'd be lovely. We changed the words to this one, so just run with it. Is it? Oh, I didn't know it was the original. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. Woke up this morning with my mind stayed on freedom. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Walking and talking. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on freedom. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on freedom. Walking and talking with my mind stayed on freedom. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Giving and praying. Giving and praying with my mind stayed on freedom. Giving and praying with my mind stayed on freedom. Giving and praying with my mind stayed on freedom. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And so it is. It is such a miracle because we started with 3 people and now we have like a room full. So now if you'll turn to your neighbor and greet them. Ah.
You look fabulous today. Well, you look fabulous.
And I'm sending hugs and love and light and all that good stuff to you at home if you're watching. Now and forevermore, know that you are loved. And we hold space for you whenever you're ready to come back. And if you'll return to your seats, we'll sing our second song. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. Joy. I send my joy into the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. My prayer. I send my prayer over the mountains. I send my prayer over the sea. I send my prayer into the heavens, and it returns to me. That was absolutely lovely. If you have any devices, please silence them now. And thank you for coming to celebrate this beautiful Sunday with us at Center for Spiritual Living Eugene.
Thank you, Radiant. My name is Kathy Geeson. I'm presider of the day,
And I would reiterate the welcome that she just gave to all of you who are here in the room with us, as well as to all of those who are visiting with us online today. It is a beautiful Sunday. I feel privileged. It's Valentine's Sunday. It's Super Bowl Sunday. And I am here to celebrate, and Lincoln's birthday, exactly. So anyway, it's a beautiful day to celebrate love and being one and being here at the center together. We know that at this center, we know that spiritually empowered people live richer, fuller lives. So we use the principles of science of mind to inspire hearts and open hearts and empower our lives. And as I've said before when I've been presider, it is just, there are multiple opportunities every single day in minute by minute to use these principles to guide us. And I'm grateful that I have them. It's why I come every Sunday, because I don't always remember. And it's who we are. We are human and we are divine beings of God as well. I'd invite everybody to fill out the blue sheet that's out in the foyer if you haven't yet. It's great to see some new people here, some people who've been visiting us for several Sundays in a row now. It's nice to have some new faces and be back in person again. If you fill out that information, especially if you give us your email address, on Wednesday, every Wednesday, Susan from the office sends out a what's happening at the center. And it tells about, the list is getting longer and longer every week. So it is great. There'll be something that you'll be interested in participating in. We've been reading the Declaration of Principles as we go throughout the year. And the one for this week is number 7. Personification of God. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. That's huge. We believe that God is personal to all who feel this indwelling presence. Before our practitioner of the day, Reverend Linda Lundy Starr, comes up, we're going to stand together and sing We Are One, and then she'll come and set the tone for the service today.
We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one. We are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. We are one. And in this unity, we all live in harmony, and peace has come. For we are one.
Good morning. Good morning. Yes, it is nice to see so many faces in the chairs today. And also to know that there are many folks viewing this online, whether it be now or at some point in the future. We want you to know that this service has been designed especially for you. In Science of Mind, we believe in global transformation through personal transformation. And our affirmative prayer, it works in the world by working for me and through me and as me. So when I state affirmative prayer, or what we call spiritual mind treatment, I will do so in the first person, knowing that it is true for every person within the sound of my voice and beyond. Recognizing that there are many efforts throughout the globe happening this morning Just here at home, we have folks getting ready for a big football game. The players are doing what they do to get ready and focused, and the musicians are preparing to make their statement to the world, as they have learned to do on Super Bowl Sunday. And in February, we are honoring Black History Month, and we too are creating our own internal and personal statements to the world. And abroad, celebrations of survivors from incidents that have occurred that took lives. That's also happening this morning. So with that in mind, let's just go within and recognize that there is only ever one thing happening. All of the things I mentioned, all part of this same thing called life. The life of the indwelling spirit, the movement of spirit recognizing itself, experiencing itself in many ways, in many forms, through many actions, through many events, all which are neutral until we impress our feelings and emotions and thoughts upon it. So in this moment, I recognize that there is only one presence. It is a power for good in the universe. It is bigger than I am. It is bigger than each of us. And I can use it. I can use it to create good in the world because that power has a seed planted inside of me. A seed that causes me this very emanation of this thing called life, of this power, of this presence, of this God, the Spirit, the thing itself, whatever it is that is called in your mind. There is no name that completely describes it, and I am an individual expression of that, of this love, this ever-present, loving source. And I speak a word for myself this morning, knowing that I today celebrate transformation into right view. Right view with a capital R. I raise my gaze and I look up as if I was seeing through the eyes of a soaring eagle across the horizon, seeing all the good in the world that is happening right now and beyond, and all the good in the world that has happened before. Knowing that all of that good is a result of some sort of movement, some sort of conflict, some sort of friction that causes good to be created. So all of that good right now I claim for myself. I claim that I see the world as good. And as I see the world as good and more good, my actions become good and greater. I'm grateful to know of this greatness of spirit and life, of this chance that we have to be spirit on earth. I am so grateful for the truth that exists in everything I've spoken. And as such, I let it go into the mind of law, where I know it's manifest. And so it is.
Thank you so much for those wonderful reminders about global transformation, etc., and that we know that it does start within each of us. And that's why I come. That's why I'm here. That's why I follow these principles, to begin to transform myself and in that way help the world. Reverend Donna Starr is holding high watch today. Reverend Linda Lundry Starr is our practitioner of the day. Linda's talk today is called Inquiring Minds Want to Flow. So don't mishear it. inquiring minds want to flow. And we have our February affirmation. I'll read it through once and then ask if you choose to read it through with me. Because I know Spirit is always with me, I live my life to the fullest by expressing my divine nature in every moment. I am a catalyst for change. If you wish to read it with me, please. Because I know Spirit is with me, I live my life to the fullest by expressing my divine nature in every moment. I am a catalyst for change. All right, our house band today, we have a full one. It's great. We have Matt, Mo, Paul, and our saxophonist, Marty Weisbarth. So welcome for whatever piece you have for us this morning.
into our meditation after we sing this song. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I am opening. My heart is ready to receive. I am opening. I breathe in and I breathe out. And I remember the power that is in and around me. I allow the chair that I am in to support my body so that I can completely let go and trust the chair. And breathing in and breathing out. I allow the floor beneath me to totally and completely support the chair that is supporting my body. And breathing out and breathing in. I allow the earth to support the floor. And the floor to support the chair, so that my body is completely supported and cradled. And one last big breath in and out. And I discover the heavens are supporting the earth that is holding the floor, that is supporting the chair,
that is holding me. And I breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. I am grateful for the realization of how interconnected I am with the entire universe. And I allow that to seep through me as I let go. Letting good be good. Letting God be God in me. And so it is. Thank you, Matt. And that was my birthday present to Annette. She likes that meditation, and I haven't done it in a long, long time. So, I saw a thing that said we all have superpowers. Where there's a superhero in all of us, so we just need the courage to wear our cape. So I thought today, since we're talking about curiosity as a superpower, I would wear my cape, my super cape. Each month we have an overarching theme. And this month the theme is curiosity. The theme is curiosity as a superpower. And I wanted to share from the outline a quote by the Reverend Beverly Strutt, who put this together, because it synthesizes. I like to kind of start each talk with what we believe. What is it that we as Science of Mind students believe? What is it that Center for Spiritual Living teaches? And this says it so beautifully. We live in a limitless universe, and our experience of it is only limited by our beliefs and perceptions. In other words, the only limit that can be placed on the universe is how much I'm willing to take in. When our desire to know becomes stronger than the fear of the unknown, we're compelled to find a way. Curiosity is our desire to know. I shared last week that the root word of curiosity is caring. When we care enough to find out more, when we care enough to be inspired by something, when we care enough to hear a tune and pull out our Shazam and try to find out who wrote it and where did it come from and what are the words, and all of these things are moving through us, and when we care enough, we search for them. When we care enough, we look. We try, we get curious, and we see what we can find out. I am a recovering perfectionist. If you saw my house, you would say, no, she's not. but there are things that I am very OCD about. And I am learning to release the needing to be certain, the needing to know, the needing to always have the answer, but that does not make me afraid to find the answer, to look for the answer, to search for the answer. And it's the whole idea that I need to open to the concept of not knowing. When I don't know, that's an invitation for me to broaden my perspective, to broaden my outlook. When I see something that is unfamiliar, when I am not connected with what's going on, I have the ability to step up and say, hey, I'd like to learn more about that. Not, oh, I already know everything about that. I studied that in school. I've done that. I took that class. I know these things. It's like we had a few years ago a conference up in the Columbia Gorge, and my friend Jane and I, who were rooming together, I went up to Portland to meet her at the airport, and we discovered that renting a car was only about $20 less expensive than hiring a limo. And so we hired a limo, and neither one of us had to drive. We got to sit in the back seat and look as we're driving from the airport down the Columbia Gorge. And it was like, I wish I had taken a geology class. I understand about sedimentary rocks, and I understand about layering and all of that. But these things were layered like this. And I'm, okay, that's a story there. Something happened there that I would sure like to know more about. That's what I'm talking about, is the curiosity to say, I'd like to find out more about that. Where did that come from, and how did that happen? And so it's that willingness to be uncertain. Brené Brown says, faith is a place of mystery where we find the courage to believe in what we cannot see and the strength to let go of our fear of uncertainty. I'm willing to not know. I'm willing to be uncertain, and I'm willing to try to find out. None of those are in opposition to one another. You might think being willing to be uncertain would mean, okay, so I don't need to be curious. But no, it means letting go of the idea that I think I already know and allowing myself to be informed, to learn, to grow, to expand. So this week, under Curiosity as a Superpower, we're talking about inquiring minds want to flow. And you know, we've heard that old inquiring minds want to know for years and years and years, and I like their little take on this, want to flow. But when we think about the word flow, just bear with me for a moment. Go right now. It's a warm summer day. Not too hot, not too cold, just right, Goldilocks kind of a day. You're laying on your back in the grass, looking up at the sky, and there's a nice breeze, and there's great big clouds, but there's enough of a breeze up there that the clouds are moving so that you can actually see them slowly flowing across the sky. That's flow. Now you get up from your looking at the clouds and you walk to the riverbank and you look at the river, which is a much more rapid flow. But it's a flow nonetheless, and where there are rocks sticking up, the flow just flows around it. It's not stopped by the rock, it flows around it and over it, and even if there's a place that dams it up for a while, it will fill up and then flow over, creating a waterfall. Flow will not be stopped if there is any way possible. It must keep moving. And so I know I've taken you on a nice nature walk, but if you'd like to come back, you can. Otherwise, continue sitting on the riverbank if you want to listen to it from there. But the idea of inquiring minds want to flow is what our minds want to do when we're asking questions. And this is a double-edged sword. This is a real double-edged sword, especially in this day of internet, in this day of what we can look for and search for and find. And we can flow in wonderful directions and find solutions and find answers to our questions and find things that take us further and lift us up and inspire us and empower us and give us the power to do things. we can be Alice and find things that take us down the rabbit hole of fear and doubt and, oh my God, this is horrible and this is what could, and that, oh, and that could happen. So when our inquiring minds are flowing, what we are being asked to do is, as much as we can, direct that flow. Direct it towards solutions. Direct it towards answers that uplift and empower, rather answers that terrify us or make us angry or cause us to believe that something is wrong with that person over there because they're not that person over there and they're different and therefore something's wrong with one of them. They either should be like that or they should be like that. We want to flow in the direction of good, of love. Last week we talked a bit about looking below the surface. And I've mentioned, that I have metaphorically bought some books who had really fabulous covers, but there was nothing of substance inside of them. And I have also bought some books that were so shabby and beat up they were almost scary, but what was within them was so rich and wondrous, I could have missed out if I'd only judged the cover. And this goes for people, this goes for animals, this goes for plants, this goes for everything in the world. If we just look at the surface, we miss the rich, verdant depths that are below. There's hidden gifts within each of us, within everyone we come into. And I want to have us be willing. Dr. Holmes, there's a quote of Dr. Holmes that says, "We are an infinitely perfect entity, being, clothed in an apparently imperfect cloak." That cloak being the beliefs and the stories that we tell ourselves about who we are and what we can do and how we can do it. And so we're being asked to let go of the old stories, to let go, as we did on the burning bowl here at the first of the year, to let go of the thing that we really don't want to carry with us into the coming year, to light it on fire and let it fall to nothingness, and allow something new to replace it. But we can't, there's no room for the new thing to come in if I'm still clinging to the old story. There's no way for the new information to interact in my brain if I'm still stuck in where I was. And so what we're asked to do is let go of some things. And I found this, a few years ago I went to Ireland and I went on a retreat, a writer's retreat, and met this incredible woman, Christine Walters Painter, who was leading this. And she has a weekly email she sends out. And in this last night, she had this quote from Mary Margaret Funk. Lovely, lovely name, Funk. So put that in your Funkin' Wagnalls, I think is what the laugh-in joke was. First, we must renounce our former way of life and move closer to our heart's desire. Stop doing what we're supposed to do and do what speaks to us. Toward the interior life below the surface. Second, we must do the inner work by renouncing our mindless thoughts, those silly little thoughts that come wandering through, and you're right in the middle of doing something and all of a sudden you're way over there and you don't remember how you got there. And finally, we must renounce our own images of God so that we can enter into the contemplation of God as God. That echoes an Emerson quote of stop believing in the God of my childhood and discover what it is that is new. And so when we start looking and become curious, one of the places we really need to be curious is within. Inside us, in our heart's desire, in our way of being, in our stories. We have a rich, rich deposit to mine there, if we would. I saw this told as, I've always heard it as the Great Spirit. I saw it told recently as a Buddhist story. Basically, at one point in time, all humans realized that they were powerful. They all realized that they were superheroes. They all realized. They went around knowing they were connected to the one, that they were divine, that they were sacred, that they were God expressing. And then some of them started getting a little too big for their britches. And so the great power made them forget. But he wanted them to discover their truth. He didn't want them to lose their truth because it was their truth. And so he called all the great powers together to say, okay, where should we hide this truth? And of course, the dolphin said, well, let me take it to the bottom of the sea. And the master, the leader said, no, man will think to look in the sea. And the mole said, let me take it into the earth. No, he'll look in the earth. And the eagle said, let me take it into the heavens. No, he'll look in the heavens. And finally the owl said, let's hide it within him. He'll never think to look there. The truth is within us. The beauty is within us. The power is within us. It is below the surface, underneath all the things our parents might have said to us, all the stories our teachers might have told to us, all the stories classmates used to tell us, everything that ever got told to you, your boss, your supervisor, your kids, everybody. Those are stories. They're their stories. You are you. You are an infinitely beautiful, infinitely powerful, infinitely creative, and infinitely curious soul. Here to live on this earth in a body, in a soul sack, so that you might experience what it is to see, to hear, to smell, to taste, to touch. All of these things are what your soul is desirous of. I read a thing one time that made me so sad. It said, I don't want to come to the end of my days to discover I had only been here as a tourist. I want to live this life. I want to roll up my sleeves and get into this life and be in this life, not somebody else's expectation of my life, but my soul's yearning. I want to be curious about where my mind is flowing. Is it flowing to the awful old stories about me? Or is it flowing to the truth of my grace and my beauty and my power and my wisdom? And am I willing to own those parts of myself? Our curiosity is our superpower. It encourages us to grow. I want to close with some words from Dr. Ernest Holmes. You've heard this. I think Kathy or Linda said it before. There is a power for good in the universe greater than you are, greater than I am, greater than all of us. A power for good that we can use in everyday life for everything. I want to have my curiosity flow in the direction of that power for good, and to get into the stream and be carried in the stream of that power for good, whether it's across the heavens or as a river or in the tides of the ocean. I am all those things. All those things are me. We are interconnected. We are interrelated. We are intersectional. We are all of these things. everything impacts everything else. So I would like to challenge you this week to open up to where your mind is flowing and help it flow you to a place where you are living out loud what it means to be you. What would it be like to live yourself out loud? You're beautiful. You're strong. You're wise. You're amazing. I appreciate every single one of you. And until you can see yourself with the grace that I see you, I'll do that for you. I'll be wearing your cape. And so it is. I'd like to invite our practitioner of the day up to bless the offering. I'm waiting for you to get up here because he doesn't like an empty. So.
Hi, everyone. One of what we call, or what once point called the 5 pillars of spiritual practice in our movement, I think we might have taken on a few more since I started learning. But circulation is one of them. And when we can look around and see what is good in the world, when we recognize and we name our good, more comes to us. And so in the nature of that, when we tithe or when we give our time, talent, money, it's all energy. And we know that we're just contributing to the flow. So if you have a gift today, or if you give online and you want to take a blessing, or if you're just offering a blessing today, just hold it above your heart. And if you feel called, repeat after me. I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal, love, and prosper. It does great work in the world. And it returns to me, multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
Everything in this world goes around, flowing with abundance, it knows no bounds. Giving and receiving, we circulate the love with gratitude and knowing there's always enough. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks with this offering. We give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks for everything. And so it is. And we are lucky and grateful and joyful to have another song by the house band.
I think both of these songs that they have done today are historically. Mo was sharing with me. The first song they did this morning was written for Martin Luther King. So there. And while they're getting it set up there, I wanted to let everybody know that Jan Wolling, Jan, would you stand up in the back, please? Jan does all kinds of behind-the-scenes work here. She sets up the chairs for the Wednesday gatherings. She does all kinds of different stuff, helping out around, getting things organized. And today she is offering a little exercise in rock painting, stone painting, in the social hall. So if you're interested in that and you have time to stay, she would be delighted. And then Kathy, you've got...
We made love bracelets yesterday.
They made love bracelets.
For you to pick up one and take with you either for yourself or if you know somebody who needs to be reminded they are loved.
So there are love bracelets there on your way out. Grab one. And Kathy and
Lori Stern.
Kathy and Lori Stern. That's it. Kathy and Lori Stern got busy yesterday and made those. So. All right, and I believe I'm just going to have to give this up because it's so far behind. Okay, Tuesday, men's coffee, 10:30 at 5th Street Market. It's a great place to get to know people. Wednesdays, every Wednesday evening, the aforementioned chairs that Jan sets up, there's a gathering here set up. It's not like Sunday service. It's a gathering in groups and chanting, music, drumming, all kinds of good energy. Reverend Donna and Reverend Linda are doing a beautiful job getting that set up. And at 6:30 every Wednesday. This Friday is Metaphysical Movie Night, and Kathy Day is doing About Time, which is a really fun time travel kind of movie and love, because it's Valentine's time, there's that. And the very last live Death and Desserts is happening this Saturday. Our beloved Astrid is moving to Vernonia and going to be working at Camp Cedar Ridge. They'll be doing things online, but not here so much till they get a car and get things going. But so if you can make it this Saturday from 4 to 6 p.m., please do. It's really a wonderful experience.
I just fell in love with them.
Mondays from 6 to 8:30, we are going to be having the Foundations of Science of Mind class. That starts on the 27th, Monday the 27th. And Linda Lundry-Starr is going to be teaching it. And it's really, I took that class before. I took another version of it. I'm fine. No, you need it. Yes, you do. It's a challenge. This is a challenge. This is my, not that the class is a challenge. This is my challenge to the membership, that you're a different person than you were the last time you took the class. And there's wonderful information, and she's teaching it in person and online. Not in line, but maybe. She might line you up, I don't know. But anyway, please go to our website, go to our newsletter. Just sign up and do this thing. We're still continuing with the warm clothing drive, so it's going to go through this month into the 1st of March. So if you have warm clothes that are clean and still usable, or if you want to go out and buy some socks and mittens and beanies and things to help people stay warm, jackets, whatever, please bring them here, and we've got a room for them off the social hall. Yay! Finally! Our 50th anniversary was May of 2020. I don't know if you remember 2020, but that kind of got stopped. And then we thought maybe 21 didn't. No, and 22. But we've got it. We're wired in now. We've got the caterer set up. We're getting everything. We've got most of our music set up. You can hardly see this, but it's 50 plus 3, a new beginning, is what we're calling it. And it's going to be a banquet. Music with Haley, Matt, and who knows who else, and a talk online by Ken Gordon and some other guest ministers from the rest of Oregon here. It's $50 a person. Some of you have already paid. Your tickets are still good, so don't worry about that. Several people bought it the first year. Some people bought it the second time, but this is for sure now, and we've still got the money. So. Think about that. It's May 19th, Friday, May 19th. And then on June 2nd through the 4th, we're going to be up at St. Benedict's for our annual conference. Christy Snow and Jack Fowler are going to be leading it. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And there's about 6 or 7 rooms for couples available. It's 200, if you buy your ticket before April 15th, it's $250 per person. That includes 2 nights lodging, 5 meals, and the entire conference, which if you go around and price conferences, that's about half price for most places you're going to be trying to go. So, and then if you wait, it's going to be another $50. It'll be $300 if you don't. But we will accept payments. We are very flexible. We want to make sure the most people who can go can. We're going to make certain that the most people who can possibly go. If you want to go, there will be a few scholarships available, partial scholarships and that sort of thing. So please look in your heart and see if that is something that speaks to you, because it is. If all you did was just go up there and sit by the river, it would be worth it. Did you have a question, Audrey?
What if you're a solo?
Oh, there's plenty of solo housing.
Okay.
It's $250 a person solo. Or in a couple, you know, but there's plenty of solo housing. There's just very limited. There'll be two great big dorms for women, 1 dorm for men, and then about 7 or 8 rooms for couples. You could probably, if you are a couple and you have a motorhome, you could probably bring that up there and stay in your motorhome. You know, we could work something out. There's multiple opportunities for service, and last week we talked about the bookstore. This week, we would really like to get some people in the sound room and the production room. And what John was talking about is right now we've got a camera person. The ideal is for us to have someone who's just doing camera, someone who's doing the computer interface, the slides that Kathy's doing now, and then like last week we had Bethel here who was doing the soundboard. So if you want to just do slides, if you want to just push buttons and forward slides, that's all the skill set you have to have, is move from one page to the next. It's not rocket science. So I think people hear production room and they go, oh my God. No, there's very simple tasks that can be done, and the soundboard is really pretty simple to work if that's the only thing you're working and you're not trying to do the camera and the slides and something else. So think about whether or not you move to help out with production, and that includes you folks at home, because actually there are some at-home jobs for production room as well. So you could be sitting in the comfort of your house with your PJs on and your coffee in your hand and being on, as long as you're alert, doing some work with the things. So think about that. And I put that down, and I shouldn't have, because our wonderful practitioner of the day, Linda Landry-Starr, is going to come up here. Oh, and Sarjay Haynes and Jeannie Manor are responsible for the pictures we had. And we're going to talk about the practitioners.
We are going to talk about the practitioners, but I'm Reverend Linda Lunder-Starr. I got a couple other things to say too. So in regards to the May 19th anniversary dinner, I'm really excited. I kind of heard a rumor, and I'm not sure if this is true, but there may be an auction that is part of that. So I'm just going to put it out there right now that as part of that auction, I will be offering a house concert for the highest bidder. So look forward to that. I'm also going to encourage our practitioners to offer sessions or other things that would be of value to our community so that they could receive loving gifts for their support. Also, in regard to the sound room.
Could I say one quick thing? If you're out there and you have a timeshare that you'd be willing to donate, that would be a really great thing for the auction too.
Yes, it would. Yeah. And if you have a timeshare and you want to hire me to go play a house concert at the timeshare when your gifted people are there, I'll do that too. So I do not. I love that Reverend Linda says it's not a rocket science to be in the production room. So this is my pitch to be part of that team, whatever it looks like for you. It could be as maybe being somebody that chats in the Facebook chat with the people that come to answer any questions they might have, or just repeat some of the announcements in writing, or maybe write into the chat how someone can donate. These are great ways. When you are in the sound room and working with the group, although it's not a rocket science, I want to make sure everyone knows that it does take an amazing amount of commitment and service, and Kathy and John have been doing it for a really long time. They're although it's not a rocket science, it does take some skill, and they have it. And so I would just want to bless them for that and thank them for their service, and anybody else that wants to step up to that. So our practitioners, stand if you would, please. Our licensed practitioners go through a minimum of 156 hours of training to learn to be a personal transformation in the world. And as they model this for you, they can also know truth for you in times maybe you can't see it for yourself. So they do offer prayer. We offer prayer after service. It's quick, it's free, and if you're interested in a more lengthy relationship, one that might help you move forward in your life, then some of us also do sessions. So thank you for that. Would you be able to say your name? I think that a new seed has been planted in the universe, and I'm Reverend Linda Lundry Starr, and thank you very much.
In honor of Black History Month, we are continuing to lift up your voice and sing. So if you would please rise, we're going to be singing this. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Listen, the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. If you choose, please repeat after me. I am curious. No, really, I am curious. And so it is.